The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Next to score, visitors 21, our home team nothing. Will Weicker to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Up the middle with Brooks here. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. When you look at this defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when
now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he will score. It's a touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Breaks through the contact. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Now Richardson. Flush to his right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second and 10. Richardson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. In motion goes the tight end. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, a nice spin. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Richardson out of the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's a give up the middle. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Richardson flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. McCarthy.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Trap 60. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's Richardson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Richardson working from the gun.
He's going to let it go again. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the 1st half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Under pressure, and down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Richardson going to change the play here.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. back to throw. Richardson. And Wilson with it, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Oh, able to avoid him.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now it's Richardson.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
From the 16,
Richardson.
and the completion to Wilson. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Hands it off out of the gun.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Richardson looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Richardson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
19 tight. 32-yard line. Come 19. Come 19.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. 68 yards. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Our home team, 30.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
To the air with McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
McCarthy off the play fake. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now they'll empty out the backfield.
Richardson will throw for it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Pass complete. It's Hawkinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. He's back to throw. Addison hauls it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Back to throw. He'll find McMillan here.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Here's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw.
This is caught by Addison. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Richardson to throw it. That's caught by Wilson. Able to get out across the 40-yard line, so a spectacular play to begin this drive. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Richardson.
Flushed out right. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Richardson.
Looking long for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One last shot for Richardson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for our visitors, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.